Hello, thank you for joining me. Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for joining me. So glad you could be here for my reading of Jessie. Not sure if you know this, but Wednesday, May 20th, was a special day for rescue dogs. It was National Rescue Dog Day. So lots of people all over social media were posting pictures of their rescue dogs, telling stories about their dogs and how their dogs were rescued. If you have a rescue dog and you would like to write a little story or tell where your dog is from, I would love to hear about that in the comments. Rescue Dog Day is really important because it really honors the fact that there are so many dogs in the shelter that need good homes, and that people are really coming through, especially with the COVID, working from home and all the things that are going with that. Lots of people are deciding that it's time to adopt a dog, and that is so wonderful for the shelters. Shelters aren't full like they used to be, and less dogs are getting euthanized, so that's a really good thing. So again, if you have a rescue dog or a cat or a bird or a bunny, give a little story about how that happened. So that's very interesting. I would love to see it, and then all the other readers can see it as well. So, all right, today we're going to read Jessie. Thanks again for joining. Got Jessie over here listening. You listening, Jessie? Are we reading your rescue story? Is this your rescue story? It is, huh? She's listening. She's all ears. Huh? And you know it. Nope. She has to say something. You have something to say? Okay. You ready? Can we start now? Okay. Hi, I'm Jessie. I'm a pit bull. I know. Pit bulls are mean. Ha! Yeah, right. Well, I'm here to say you can't believe everything you hear. Enough of that. More about me. I must admit, I might be a little funny looking at first glance, but everyone thinks I am gorgeous. At least those that matter, and I happen to agree. My hair is soft and shiny and kind of short. Definitely easy to manage. Can you imagine what those long hairs go through just to wash their hair? I'm also missing one of my front teeth. Puppy playtime, enough said. I'm mostly black with a thin white stripe between my eyes. It's a little crooked. Just one of my beauty marks. And I have a splash of white around my nose that curls down my chin and makes a cute little shape on my chest. My whiskers? Now they are funny. On one side of my face they're white, on the other side black. I guess I'm lucky they're not green. Now my best feature is my ears. They're what makes me unique. One always stands straight up, the other always flops down. Don't you think that is just the most precious thing? And I love to have my face petted. Well, back to my story. I wasn't always the light of Mom's eyes. I used to live at a house where everything wasn't so nice. It was okay at first. I would play and jump on the couch and run around the kitchen. That's where the tooth incident happened. But as I began to grow, my people put a thick collar on me and tied me to a tree in the backyard, even in the rain. I tried to get their attention using my ears, that floppy and straight thing, and I would howl. Nothing seemed to work. It seemed like nobody wanted me anymore. I just sort of gave up. They never came out to play. They would never pet me. One night when it was raining, I pulled at my lead, trying to get on the porch. It was wet. I pulled and twisted and slipped and slithered. All of a sudden, I couldn't feel the collar anymore. I was free. I scratched at the door, but no one answered. It was dark and cold. I looked around and ran along the fence. I found a loose board and pushed it with my nose. The board moved. I pushed a little more and the board fell off. Wow! I wondered what was on the other side. I squeezed through the hole and all of a sudden, I was on the other side. I could run and run and run. When I stopped running, I was in a strange place. It wasn't a backyard. In fact, it wasn't a yard at all. There were no fences, no collars, no people. It was huge with rows and rows of vines growing on big stumps with clusters hanging down. It was kind of scary. Being in the vine yard wasn't so bad. Early in the morning, people would walk through the vines looking at the purple things. You know, those clusters. I tried eating them, but they were very sour. Anyway, I knew I had to hide, but I was getting really, really hungry. There was water in the ditches, but the only thing I could find to eat was what the peoples had dropped. Not much. It seemed like I was always hungry. One day, there was this person who kept calling me. Here, boy. Here, boy. Can't you tell I'm a girl? Just look at me. Do I look like a boy? Anyway, he held out some food. Smelled like a chicken sandwich. Oh, did my mouth start to water. As I was eating the sandwich, he started to pet me. I didn't know how much I missed getting petted. I couldn't get enough. It felt so good. The man took me to a place called a shelter. There were lots of dogs there. Big dogs, little dogs, old dogs, and puppies. Even some pit bulls like me. The peoples gave me a bath. A girl needs her beauty treatment and some water and treats. I like treats. They even petted my face. After a couple of days at the shelter, a family walked between the cages. I don't want a puppy, I heard the lady say. Then they looked at me. We stared at each other. Something clicked. I knew these were my peoples. I had to have them. I wagged my tail, I smiled, I jumped up and down, I tried to squeeze through the cage to get close to them. Everyone in the family petted me. It felt so good. She looks like a pit bull, Mom, the girl said, but it says lab mix on the card. She knows I'm a pit bull and she could tell I'm a girl. Beautiful and smart. You know your dogs, the shelter person said. She is a pit bull. But she's so cute, the girl said. Look at her eyes. They sparkle. I put on my bestest smile. Aren't you a sweetie? Mom said. See how I called her Mom? There are a lot of them around, especially in the shelters, the helper person said. Christina, I think her name was. Pit bulls are normally very sweet and affectionate, just like any dog that is loved and cared for. Then they left. I thought I was going home, but they left. Now what was I going to do? I knew I would be stuck at the shelter forever. Later that afternoon, there was a big commotion in the hallway. My family was back, and they had brought all of their other dogs to meet me, just to make sure. I get along with everyone, so of course they loved me. There's Tucker, the famous Tucker, brother from another shelter. Home I went with Mom, Girl, and 3 other dogs. What a family. They are so lucky they found me. Really, I'm the lucky one. They took me to school where I learned to sit and stay and lie down. And I can shake hands, well, paws. Mom takes me for walks every day. I even get to sleep with her on her big, soft bed. Sure beats being tied to a tree, you think? I love being next to her. That's right, she is right now. She tells me how pretty I am. She gives me treats, and she tells me I'm a good girl. What more could a girl ask for? And you know what? She pets me. I love having my face petted. See you, Jessie. Yay. The end. Thank you for joining me. Today I have my Rescue is my favorite breed shirt on. I have so many shirts with pit bulls on them. I support lots of different places that give money to animal rescue. By the way, my books and shirts, I donate 25% to the Bully Rescue, Fresno Bully Rescue, when you purchase anything from my website. So thanks again for joining. Hope you had a great week. We will be back on Tuesday reading Jessie's Indigestible Incident. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, and I will see you again next week. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.